Hello and welcome to my stretching video. I have a new stretching routine which I've been doing towards the end of the first lockdown, and then I've implemented into my classes as a start of every class to do a warm-up. Again, with the whole of the stretching routine, you're not always going to have time to do it all, or if you have, ideally, you've always got that option. But you can always take parts. If you're feeling in one particular muscle, you need to stretch more to get more improvement out of it. The idea of my stretching is to try and cover as much of your body from sort of your midsection down to your knees. If you need individual stretching for your calves, for your back, your upper body, then there are plenty of videos out there for those particular things. And again, so there's something else I might cover later on. But I'm doing this with the idea to improve kicks, to improve mobility, for side kick especially, and for roundhouse kick and all the other kicks as well. But again, getting that mobility to go through. Once done at full speed, you should be able to do it in under 10 minutes. Okay. Again, you can hold stretches for longer, or you can go shorter, do more repetitions of the stretch. You can always treat the stretch like almost like a set of push-ups or set of sit-ups. You can keep repeating the motion and go holding it for a few seconds and come back. So there's this. So this is the explanation video of how to do the individual moves. Most stretches you'll know and understand and get, so I'll keep those very basic. What I'm going to try and do as much as possible with this is show a beginner, intermediate and advanced position. Okay, so again, not everyone's going to be able to get the hips into the position of like what I'm going to count as 1 is beginner, 2 is intermediate, 3 is advanced. Okay, not everyone's going to be able to go to 3 straight away. Some people won't be able to get to 2, so there'll be a beginner position just to help you get like to start building up on it. And again, with stretching, thing I neglected when I first started martial arts was consistency of stretching. I only stretched when I was in class, and that's only if there was stretching done in class. And so they are complained I wasn't flexible enough. Really important that you stretch regularly. It doesn't necessarily have to be every day, but if you do, that you will get a lot more flexible. But at least every other day. Okay, but the more that you do it, the more flexible you be. And unlike most sort of exercises, if you were to do chest press, for example, if you did chest press in the morning and you did chest press in the afternoon, then you did chest press in the evening before you went to bed, and you got the next day and did the same routine, 2 or 3 days, your chest would be absolutely wasted and useless. Stretching is not like that. It doesn't always have to be the most extreme stretch. You can have to push yourself as hard as possible, but get the idea that you can work on a particular stretch and go through it nice and slowly. Okay? So, I have assumed that you have warmed yourself up. A couple of bits of advice. First of all, obviously nice and loose. I'm wearing these nice baggy tracksuit bottoms. Loose t-shirt as well. You can wear a compression top, but nothing too tight and restricting. You're going to find it when you lean over to positions, you'll find it difficult. Warm yourself up like rigorously, so you are very warm. You've already got the blood pumping. You've got the synovial fluid and your joints moving around. Again, coming in completely cold. And I know I'm in my gym here, but I've had the heaters on for half an hour. And I've warmed up really hard. I've got water as well to make sure I'm hydrated. Again, being dehydrated will make it very difficult to stretch because your muscles won't move efficiently. You need to be well hydrated as well. Okay, so I'm holding my phone because it's controlling what's going on my screen right now. So right, I'm going to get started. So a lot of this will be sort of yoga stuff that I've learned through from different people, and then some other PNF stuff that I've also seen and worked with as well. Okay, so from here, the first thing I'm going to do is put my feet together, hands together like this. There's nothing spiritual about it. It's just it helps me keeps my body in line. There, I'm going to reach right up, turn my hands out, and I'm trying to get the idea. I'm going to pull my back of my hand towards my forearm. Now, if you can touch that, there's something wrong with your wrists. And I'm going to go all the way down, what I like to call penguin position, to here. This is going to help stretch my shoulders up, help lengthen my back and my rhomboids into position there. Okay? Now, I'm going to take my feet out here. This is going to help with my balance. Go up, and watch my hand. I'm going to go back. Now, I'm going to go back as far as I can with some from this position. Go up. So as I'm going to breathe in. As I breathe, go back, breathe out. And follow my hands as far as I can with. Come in, and there. And then that comes down to, once you first start, hold it for about 5 seconds. The longer the more comfortable you are, hold it for longer. Okay? Bend your legs. I'm going to push my hands down, and I've got my feet slightly apart to make it a little bit more comfortable for myself. Again, if you find that getting your feet together is difficult and you're getting restricted, just put your feet apart. Okay? There's no sort of like, oh, your feet have to be together. That's what you want to build up to. If you need to have your feet slightly apart, go down, and I'll turn sideways here, put my fingers in there. And look, my knees are bent. See, quite a lot of people do this from the beginning. You're stretching your back in an isolated position with your hips isolated, knees push back. So it's here, plug fingers in, that way there. Okay? Right, so I'm going to sit with this, and what does this help with doing is it's rounding my back, it's allowing me to push out through here, okay, and it's also pushing my knees forward. So I'm getting a little stretch, it's helping me push for the harder stretches later on. Again, you're not going to go, okay, warmed up now and go straight for splits. When you're already flexible, you can do that. Okay, but if you're building up to it, you have to obviously take baby steps. Now I'm going to look forwards and breathe in. So I'm going to always breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. So breathe in. Trying to flatten my back, obviously. Keeping the breath in by using my breath, it helps expand my ribs. Push my knees back. Breathe out. Now I can grab the back of my legs, put my head down, or hands down to feet, or hands down to floor for that bit more flexible. Okay? Now I'm going to put one foot in front of the other, one turn so you can see this. So one foot in front of the other, both hands to the foot at the back. There's the foot at the front, it's the back foot. Again, just try and keep the legs straight as you can. Going over, bring it back, both feet. Other foot over, there. Again, I'll keep switching. I'm using my 360 on camera on purpose so you can get, hopefully, I can get better angles to show stuff. Back to here. Right, now, I'm going to turn this way so you can see. Right, so I'm keeping this position here. I'm going to walk my hands out, flat. Now I'm going to go down, through, and the first one, keep my hips down. Hips are here, go as close to the floor as I can. Elbows in, shoulders back. So I'm not getting this. Pull back and up. Again, mobility in the back is going to help you stretch your splits. Push back. Now, my floor's clean, so put my head on the floor, like this. Put my hands there. Again, I'm just letting my hips sink, let my arms relax, drop into the position. Come through and up. Now, toes on the floor, push back. Now, I'm pushing my head towards my knees, using my hands, and pushing my heels down as much as you can. It's a little bit of a calf stretch, but behind my knees is going to help with my hamstrings later on. Right, now this is going to open up to my first hip stretch. Okay, I'm going to do my right leg first, that's this side, so you know. I'll look, so my right foot comes up, I'm trying to get my right foot here to my left elbow, then I'm going to look at the ceiling. Okay, I'll relax this leg, just relaxed. Then I'm going to look forwards, right foot, again, watch side, left arm. Okay, right now, you want to, as much as possible, try and lengthen out. Now I've got fairly decent hip flexibility right now. Okay? Again, it will stay consistent, it will stay flexible. If I don't, it'll get tight. If I can get my foot to 90 degrees here, ideal. But for some people, that's going to be agonising. So I get my foot tuck in, and I'll sit on top of my foot, so my legs almost in line. The further this foot comes forward, and the closer to this 90-degree angle I get, the more work this hip has to do. And we also want more work that has to do. Immediately by doing that, both hips for me just feel like I'm not stretching anymore. So it's up to you to feel. Again, you get to the point where you feel the stretch, not where it hurts. Okay? So you, again, if it hurts, you're less likely to keep wanting to do it. You may have a couple of days where you feel motivated and you'll go on with it, but eventually you'll go, well, this hurts every day, I'm not enjoying that anymore. Okay, or you might not enjoy it in the first place, so you're less likely to do it. So be comfortable with it. It's small steps. It took you a long time to be able to do the splits, and you're not going to be able to get it in one session. Okay? Right, now next thing, I'm going to pull my foot up. Now for some people this can be quite difficult. So this is why the baggy trousers come into it. Not everyone can grab their foot and pull it in. Okay? So if I have baggy trousers, I can grab it and I pull it there. This is my sort of level one. Okay? So I can pull it to where I'm comfortable here. So where your dough bottoms or gi bottoms come into play, so because they're quite big, baggy, you can pull them in and sit it right around your ankle. Level 2, little toe I grab that and I pull in. So look how far I can get that forwards. Okay. Now level 3, slightly harder one. I go inside, so big toe side. I grab that and I pull it in this way here. So you see how much more it's pushing in. Okay, and it's right through this position here. Okay, so remember, level 1, level 2, level 3, and pull it in. Okay. And again, I like working my legs quite a lot with weights at the moment. So the fact that I can bend it to here, it just shows it's like having big legs is not an excuse. Well, again, I definitely haven't got big legs. But okay, right. Now, so I'll go back the leg back down here, and now I'm going to do the down to the pigeon pose here. So level 1, arms folded. I'm going to turn this way here so you can see this a bit better. Okay, so I'm going to fold my arms, so I've got a nice here, and I go lean forward like this. Again, wherever your foot is, goes there. I'm working to where I'm comfortable, work to where you're comfortable. Okay, that's level 1. Now my level 2, chest down. So it's my intermediate, so I go here. So I'm at the front, head down, and I go here. Okay, so my knees out, toes point forwards, I look forward, try and get myself as flat as I can. If I feel that I'm getting quite comfortable with that, and then I can turn my head a little bit more just to get myself a bit flatter, there's a bit more weight coming through. Now my level 3, right here, right foot. I have no idea what that is. Okay, I go down to here and I'm pushing with my left hand, I'm pushing that up to keep this as tight as I can, to keep it at maximum stretch. I put my head down, and go through to here, I put my hand, my back to get as flat as possible. Now this is really working my hip on this side here. Okay, so I'm pushing that forwards. Okay, now again I want to make this as flow as much as possible, so again from jiu-jitsu doing solo drills, they always want to get stuff to flow, so I want to get the same idea here. Now what I'd normally do in my class is I pull it around to go to here and sit up, but you don't really see that, you can look at my back. So I'm going to do it from this angle. So I've got from here, I turn, go over, right foot on top of left, over here. Now for a lot of you know I used to do this through here. What I consistently had a problem with is people doing their arms in weird positions. They even had people doing this and stuff like that and not getting it going. I can't feel the stretch. So, right foot on top of left, there's my left knee. Then my foot is past it. Okay? Put the foot up. This is my level 1. Okay? So, if my heel is not touching my butt, and that's as tight as I go, and I'm doing this and I'm arching forward, that's your position. So you hold it here, that's level 1. Level 2, I sit in. If my heel can touch my butt, the one that's on the floor obviously, not this one, okay, then I push my head or my nose towards my shin. Okay, and I'm doing that, I'm feeling a little bit of a stretch. When I'm like this, I feel nothing. I'm here, feel a little bit of a stretch, okay, I can push forwards. Level 3, this is the hard one. Right foot, left hand, you can see from my watch. My elbow goes down to get as tight as I can. So I can turn, let's see if you can see. So my foot is at my butt. Pull this in. I'm getting that down as low as I can. And that's just put an extra stretch, just pulling my knee up. There, and I'm going to look. So I'm going to look to my right, that's my right knee, and try and get my ear to my right knee. Now when I do that, I feel a really tight stretch through the glutes. Again, gluteus maximus, it's your butt basically. There, that way. Okay. Now hold that, again, minimum 5 seconds. Again, you can repeat this loads, okay? Or you can hold it up for a minute if you want to, okay? There. Again, because in class, I try and keep time minimum because I don't want to spend an hour just stretching and go, there you go, off you go. Right, so now I'm going to turn over so we'll flow into it. You don't have to do this, you can just put my foot out, you can roll over, but if you want a little bit of flow with it, so I go back to here, get a bit of space. Left foot, left hand, look to my left, right hand, go over, through, arch up. Now hands and toes only this time. So you see, I'm keeping up, elbows back, shoulders back, looking up. There. And I'm trying now to get my belly button past this line here. Push straight back. Okay, because we've been working the back quite a lot, so I need to do the knee down. Sort of plate elbows or whatever it's called. Okay, so look, I've got to do my other side now, so I do my right hand side then, do my left, up, swing it through, opposite side. Now again, lengthen out to where I'm comfortable. If you're not comfortable, remember, level 1, level 2, level 3, try and get as close to 90 degrees as you can. And I'm putting my weight this point. Okay, don't put me sitting across like this. That hip's now having a nice time and relaxing. Okay, I want to be stretching it, so I put my weight here, so it's forcing this hip flexor to be lengthened out by weight coming through my hip into the floor. And this side's getting worked by staying in this position here. Again, foot at the back, level 1, level 2, level 3. So I'm going there, I'm trying to get that to pull in. Again, if I need extra leverage because I'm feeling a bit tight, use my elbow, pull it towards my ribs. Foot down. Okay, now I'm going to drop down, so remember, 1, 2, head turn, 2.5, 3. So I'm getting this, the turn is there, so my foot is on the back of my head. So this is where cleaning your feet, I'm clean socks, this way. Yeah, they're perfectly wore white socks, so hopefully you can transit, like, see it quite clearly from the floor. Come up, again, I'm not going to hold them for a certain amount of time because I want to just go through and explain everything. So get in position, so again, level 1, push myself forwards. Level 2, my foot touches my butt, so I try and push my head to my shin. Level 3, right arm, this time because my left foot is up, push it down onto here, then look and try and get my right ear to my left knee. There, pushing it in. Okay, I'm going to flow over, so right hand's down, right foot on the floor, look to my right, left foot over, and now I'm going to walk my hands back. And hopefully you can see from here, I'm going to try and push down my palms. I'm feeling a lot more loose now, this way here. So my finger, again I'll say fingertips and toes in line, or fingertips and toe tips, going to be like that. All pointing that way there. Okay, and if you want a little bit of a wiggle, wiggle it as well. Okay, right now I'm going to do this so you can see from the front. So I'm sort of looking forwards, trying to push my palms down as much as I can. Now I'm going to grab my thumbs on the inside, fingers on the outside, push my knees out so my elbows are on there. So this helps me hold the position, so I'm feeling well balanced and comfortable as I do it. Right, now, if you get to here and you're up like this, there, what you're going to do is you're going to hold this position. Again, important for the ergonomics of your knee joint, make sure your toes are pointing the same way as your knee. So you don't have that, so that my knee's going here, my toes are going like that. So when I start stretching, I'm actually rotating the joint. Okay, and the ACL and everything else in there. You want to look after that, don't want knee surgery. So keep them in line, push them out. Again, we'll do the same on the other side, so I don't have one side right and the other side wrong. That's again making your body uneven. So I'm going to sit into here and from up, I'm going to push my knees out, and if I need to adjust my feet, put on your weight into your heels, lift your toes, and it should roll into position, that position there. Again, always checking you're doing it properly. So here, and sitting into it. Okay? Right, now, see, because I've been doing this quite a lot, my hips are now lower than my knees. So if you're up here, you can hold back, you can go this way. Hips lower than knees. Now, I'm going to go to the next level of it. So I go here, going, well, I'm not really getting much to stretch. So what I'm going to do is work one side or the other. So my left arm, I'm going to push backwards, and I'm going to push my right knee and shoulder forwards. And then switch. And by doing that, I'm creating extra resistance on the inside of my legs, so my adductors, okay, and the inside of my hip joints and my groin, that sort of area there. And just go nice and slowly. Again, if you're feeling pretty loose, you know, you can go a little bit faster if you want. Okay? Right, so once I'm happy with that, then I'm going to go for the next stretch. So this is where the first part of what we call PNF, which I can't remember what it's terrible for what it stands for. Okay, it's basically where you use your breathing and tense your muscles in order to make your muscles stretch further. Okay, so I'm going to straighten one leg up. So I'm going to have my right hand side, drag inside, goes out. If I can, grab the outside here. Again, this is sort of a level 3 stretch. If I can't reach my foot, I can't get here, so I'm pushing that way still, toes in line, pushing that out, and reaching this way here. If I can't do that, I'm just going to sit here this way. So level 1, level 2 on the ankle, level 3, little toe, hand on the outside and put it there and in. Now the benefit with this stretch, to adjust, again I'm feeling this right up on the inside here. If I need to adjust it, I can, like if I'm going there and going, well, I don't feel anything stretching, I can pull my foot up and I go like that. Now if I go right up here like this as well, I actually feel that's quite tight. So I could stretch from there rather than down here. So I can adjust my foot to go where my muscles are working. Again, you do different sports, you do different exercises. Again, we're all doing karate, but some people doing karate might run. Some people doing karate might ride a bike. Some people doing karate might swim as well as what we do. So they're going to use different muscles. So there's going to be different tightness from the type of other sports that they may do, or just from their job or life or whatever, or anything like that, or previous injuries. So from here, we go that way there. Okay, pushing this knee out to keep it in line, so I don't get this. And again, as much as possible, I'm trying to keep my heel down. If I can't get my heel down, it's not the end of the world. If it's up, it just means you're going to end up stretching your Achilles a lot more than you are to sort of from your hip here. I'm going to pull this in. I'm going to pull my head towards it. I'm going to breathe in through my nose. Hold my breath for 5 seconds. Now, while I'm doing that, I'm going to tense my muscle here. So I'm squeezing. So I'm trying to squeeze, tighten it up. So like I'm flexing, but with my leg. So like squeeze tight. So breathe in, tight, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Obviously I'm talking, so I'm breathing out, so don't do that. Okay, relax and then try and pull your head closer toward. Do it again for a second time. Breathe in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out, relax. And again, make sure your leg relaxes. You might even have to shake your leg to get your muscles to relax. Breathe in, and breathe out. From there. Right, now, I'm going to do the same sort of stretch, the breathing and stretching again, but I'm going to change my foot position. I'm going to sit back, if I can. Again, if you may need to sort of shuffle around a little bit depending on your flexibility. Now, level 1, left foot in on the inside. There's my knee, that's the joint of my knee. That's where I have my toes, so my foot is flat on the inside there. So it's not on top, it's not underneath. Sole of my foot is on the inside of my leg. This is my level 1. I reach forwards. Now, I'm not going straight to the foot. If this is the circle here, I'm going 45 degrees. If that's, or if I do a compass, if that's north and that's west, I'm going to northwest. Reason being is I can push further forward there and I can lengthen my hamstrings better. For me, personally, it's different for everyone, when I go forward here, my hip hits my ribs. Okay, and I can't physically go any further forward because all that's happening is if that's my ribs and that's my hip, it's pushing against my hip, and I can't physically get any further forward. I'm not going to start breaking my ribs so I can, or start taking them out so I can reach further forward. So I'm going to go forwards this way, and now my hip slides past my ribs so I can go further. So look, go forward this way, look where my hair stops. Go this way, look, it's just the bones aren't hitting each other. Okay, you can't stretch bones. Okay. So, this is level 1. Again, I'm going to grab the inside this time. So, the last one was the outside, this one's the inside. Level 1. Level 2. Holding the foot, keeping the knee up. So, again, I don't want to stretch like this and this knee starts going like this. It's changing the stretch, changing the position. Again, keep this up. So, level 1, level 2, level 3. Now, there's an important thing when you go to this position, so the hurdle stretch. Okay. First of all, that's a step. If I go to this position here and this happens, you're not ready for this yet. I have too many students that I say to, well, do this, but they ignore me and have the whole, oh, well, you're doing it, so I can do it. Okay? I've practiced a lot to get to this position. Those who remember how inflexible I was, when I used to go to this position, because that's the way people stretched in class, it was like, okay? I've got to be able to sit up straight, and I've got to be able to move forward. If I can't do this, and I can't sit up straight, I ain't flexible enough yet. If I have to be here and I have to go forwards there, that's going to be better. Okay, it's the equivalent of doing push-ups, the difference between a full range push-up and someone going there. So if I'm here, this is my level 3. If you want to make it even harder, you can always make it level 4 and go to full splits. Okay, but we're not going to work on that yet. That's up to you if you're already at level 4 while you're watching this video. So, this way here. Okay, so I'm going to breathe in through my nose. Hold it for 5 seconds. Now while I'm doing that, I'm going to get the idea, I'm going to tense my leg and I'm going to push my knee downwards. So look, I'm going to over-exaggerate, I'm doing that. By doing that, that's going to help me tighten my hamstring as much as possible. Okay, again, this is a PNF stretching. So I'm holding here, breathe in, tense, breathe out, and I'm going to put my head forward. I'm going down lower here. And again, it's going to be the same with my knees up in the level 2, my foot's in level 1, so I'm going forward to here. Again, breathe in. This is allowing my hips to move forward. Tense. So squeeze those muscles. This side is completely relaxed, that's tense. Breathe out, go forward. So look how much lower. I already am, because it's relaxing, so I'll go further forwards. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, and then relax. There we go. So look, immediately, my position, look how much closer I am to the floor using my hand span. Okay, to give me an idea of how much closer I've got. Okay, again, constantly measure. SMART goals, so you're constantly measuring it, you know that you're progressing. So if you use something simple as a handspan, you can bring a ruler if you want, but it's always remembering the ruler. Handspans are quite a simple one because it's going to be pretty much always the same. Okay, so if I realise that I can get to here, so that if I come back up now, and relax and go back to the position, look, I've lost it here. Okay, now so again, because I'm just explaining, I'm not holding it for very long. So again, I'm going to come up, so forwards, foot in, hand on, over. I'm going to be a lot quicker this time. Grip this side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pull my head towards my toes. So nose towards toes. Breathe in. Tense my leg. Breathe out. Relax. Go forwards. Breathe in. Tense the leg. Breathe out. Relax. And drop down. Again, remember that one there. Level 1, hand on the floor. Level 2, hand on the ankle. Level 3, grabbing the foot. Get to your position. 1, 2, 3 to here, this way. And again, I'm always feeling a little bit more flexible this side. I feel like I have more hip mobility. Again, try and reach that. Most people, if you're going the right way, can reach the foot. If not, hold the ankle, hold your knee. Lean on it if you need to. Okay? As long as you're not leaning towards it, doing this, go to there. Hold it. Breathe. Tense. Breathe out. Go forwards. Breathe. Tense. Go forwards. One more. Breathe. In through the nose. Tense. Breathe out. So look. Now look. If I push myself a little bit, I can get my head to the floor. Okay? There. Right now. This is where I can, if I need to, if you do this both sides, I can start measuring my split position here. Okay, so I'm getting pretty close to that side there. So I can measure that if I need to. I can do the same thing, so I can breathe in, tense, breathe out, relax, and try and push my head forward towards my knee. Okay, right, last one then. So from here, how long have we been going for? Is that 20 minutes? 28 minutes, so I can get this off. So, again, I'm going to put myself out to the box splits position to go see how wide I can get. So, keep the elbows to the floor. If I need to go a little bit higher, I'll go a little bit higher. We do exactly the same thing. I'm going to breathe in, I'm going to tense. Try and tense as much of my leg as I can. But this time I've really got to push my butt and squeeze my butt. Get the idea, you can hold something, squeeze it with your bum cheeks. Okay, it sounds weird, but trust me, it works. So, I'm going to go out to where I'm comfortable, so I can go. Now I'm here. Okay, 3 more times. Breathe in. Tensing, squeezing everything. Breathe out. Dropping, so look how much more drops by doing that. So again, relax, give myself a little shake if I need to. Breathe in. Tensing. Breathe out. Breathe in. Tense. Breathe out. And there we go. And back. And there you go. Okay, that's a 30-minute explanation. Okay, I'll put a link at this video to the quick routine, which is less than 10 minutes. Because again, a video of that explanation is a full routine. You're not going to have a clue what to do. So it's just going to be sort of like you recording the same bit over and over again. Once you've got this into your head, just repeat it. And again, change it for as much as yourself as you want to. Okay, just because some things work for me and some other people that I've worked with doesn't mean it's necessarily work for you. Change it. Okay, hold stuff for longer, hold stuff for shorter times, and like that. And when you're finished, simple way, and the knee